Stuart, I have I want to ask if you could talk about jealousy and feeling envious. This is a feeling that I don't remember feeling for decades. And yesterday I started feeling this and I don't know what to do with it.
You know, it's very human, and maybe that feeling was buried under years of, you know, you were repressing it for years and it's coming out. And maybe it's good that it's coming out because you now can learn how to deal with this kind of thing. I mean, when I was younger, I had to deal with enormous amounts of jealousy. And it used to make me crazy. I didn't understand why or how or what, but I learned how to transform it. I learned how that the only reason I had any jealousy inside myself was that I was not strong enough, you know, to transform it into something else. I didn't have enough maturity inside myself to deal with it. And the answer is really an answer that I give to a lot of things. It's, you know, building the kind of system inside that is so strong that you can get past your jealousy. You can transform your jealousy, your insecurity of that nature into something which, you know, enables you to really grow every day and not something which drives you crazy. I mean, I've been through it and I understand exactly what that's about. And I know that when I was younger, the jealousy I had was just my own insecurity, it was my own immaturity, clinging to other people, not recognizing that everybody should have an independent life. And as long as they treat us with consciousness and love and respect, we have to respect that. I mean, I was in situations where relationships where if I would even talk to another woman, I had 3 days of a nightmare. And it was totally extraordinary, you know? And I finally realized that I have to get strong enough to where, first of all, I don't get sucked into that. Secondly, I have my own independence inside about dealing with people. And thirdly is that I never inflict that on anybody else, because it's really just about control, jealousy, wanting to control other people, jealous that, yeah.
My feeling, it's not a personal jealousy or I'm envious of, you know, I'm trying to build a business and I'm looking at all the women that are starting their businesses and I'm like comparing myself. Oh, their website looks so good, or they're doing better than I am. That's that feeling that I'm talking about.
You know, there's always somebody who's going to be able to do it better than you. So don't even begin to compare yourself. Why are you, you know, what do you have to, you just do what you want to build a business, build a business. Don't even worry about what other people are doing, the competition. I mean, in life, there's really no competition, because if you truly work on building a situation, you'll find your own unique way of doing it and it'll work. But if you keep comparing yourself to other people, you're going to destroy yourself, because there's always somebody who'll come along who will do it better. You know, when I was in the art business, I used to deal with some very important people in the business, you know, dealers. And I used to go to them and I would see what they sold and how they sold and who they sold it to. And I didn't get jealous. I just learned from them. And I eventually started selling art to them, you know. I made a lot of money selling my art to them without being jealous of, well, they were dealing with the Metropolitan and this family called the Irvings, and they were very wealthy people. And I said, no, I'm not going to get involved in that. And I would bring them things and say, here, buy this from me and go sell it to the Metropolitan. You know? And then eventually I went on to be able to sell to the Metropolitan. I built that kind of strength in myself that I could go directly to the Metropolitan, directly to the British Museum, directly to the Guimet in Paris, and sell them things. You understand? So you gotta use every situation as a way of learning how to grow, learning how to build your, instead of, oh my God, look what they're doing and they're so much better than me. And just bullshit. You're just finding a reason to defeat yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So when you truly are competent in what you do, nobody can compete with you. Nobody. And I mean it. You'll have competition, but they can't compete with you because your competency in what you're doing is so good and strong. You understand that all the competition just bounces away. People come to you. What do you got? What are you selling? I used to have that. I had a little gallery in downtown Manhattan. What do you got? What do you sell? I pick up the telephone, call somebody in Switzerland. I got this. Okay, I'll take it. How much is it? I would tell them, I'll take it. You know, that comes with self-development and having a secure understanding and knowledge of what you're doing. You know, and I mean, I can only talk from my own experience, you know, because I used to deal with people that were the top of the field and the collectors were the top of the field. How did I work my way into that? By having complete security in myself, knowing what I was doing, you know? So you have to do the same thing in your business or whatever, anyone here, whatever you do, you have to get so secure in it and what you're doing. You know, you don't have to be the best. You have to understand you got to grow in what you do and learn from everybody. So, I mean, it's really important, not only in business, but in everything we do in life, to have that kind of security. And you're never jealous of anybody. Nobody's better than you, you know? You're only jealous of other people because you're insecure in yourself. That's the only reason that you're jealous of other people. And that goes in relationships, it goes in business and whatever you do, friendships, social, you know, obligations. I mean, you know, jealousy is a sign of one's own immaturity. That's all. I remember once I invited the curator from the Metropolitan Museum of Art to come look at a sculpture that I had. And it was a great moment for me because this man was really an intellectual. He was pretty much of a snob, you know, and he was very hard to deal with. He came and he sat down in front of this statue and he started meditating. I really mean it. I'll never forget it. I looked at him and I said, my God, you're meditating? He said, Stuart, this is incredible. Where did you get this thing? You know, he was sitting there meditating. And I started to laugh, you know, but that's what happens in life. You understand? You build that kind of inner security that you can deal with anybody. It doesn't matter who the hell they are. I mean, I had celebrities. I once had this big movie star who was making me crazy about buying a work of art for me. And I just looked at him. We're standing out on the street with this beautiful Japanese scroll, you know, that was really wonderful painting. And oh, should I do this? Should I do that? I looked at him after 10 minutes of that. I said to him, literally, I said this to him, will you buy this fucking thing and stop making me crazy? I really said that to him. And he said, okay, boss. So, sold. You know, this guy was, you know, make $20 million a movie, this guy, you know, 50 million, I don't know, he's a very rich guy. I just said, buy this fucking thing and stop making me crazy. I hope you understand what I'm talking about, because that comes with the development of your inner life, your strength, and the lack of maturity in yourself, that you can deal with anybody. Does anyone else have a question? they would like to ask? I mean, when I ran that gallery, it was an unbelievable place. I mean, the people that used to come in there, it was just staggering, you know, what used to go on in that place. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? So that's not just for Niobe, it's for all of us, including myself, to use whatever takes place in our life as a reason to grow, not as a reason to get jealous, to get insecure, you know, to put oneself down. It's a reason to grow and to build yourself.
So, Stuart, I have a follow-up question. So when you're in a situation like that, as she described, then it is also a matter of saying to yourself, stop and breathe or something. I mean,
yes.
Besides to the meditation, of course.
Keep your mouth shut and just learn and breathe and grow, and don't do the double breathing exercise. But the most important thing is to listen to what is going on. And if you're capable of listening to what is, you'll come up with the right response. You'll just come up, and it comes from a lack of fear, a lack of insecurity. They'll just come. But you got to listen. You have to listen to the rhythm of life as it's taking place around you. And then the right answer comes. It always comes. And I think it's an incredible way of dealing with life, listening to it, because it'll tell you exactly how you have to respond. And you won't be afraid to respond that way, you know? And there's every day there's stuff that, I mean, look, even today, I've been doing this meditation for so many years. I still have stuff that people bring to me that is so nonsense that I have to deal with. You know, and I listen, and then I respond accordingly to what life is giving me. Not out of fear, out of insecurity, out of, you know, out of something, just responding to life as it's teaching me how to live every day. I mean, these are just basic things. You know, this has, you know, this is not even
It's 2 o'clock.
Talking about metaphysics and spiritual and, you know, the cosmos. It's just basic everyday living. But we need to get that together before the cosmos, you know, all that energy can come and really teach us about what goes on in the universe and the cosmos. Does anyone else have a question they would like to? I just have an announcement to make. Somewhere around the beginning of the 3rd week of this month, around the 20th, 21st, I'm just going to take a vacation. I need a vacation. I've been doing this 7 days a week, or 7 classes a week now for over a year. So I'm going to go away for 5 or 6 days. And there won't be meditation for those days online. And I'll notify everybody when I'm coming back. But I have to do this. I mean, it's for the benefit of the classes and also for the benefit of myself. Because I don't want these classes to get stale, you know, and sometimes you overdo it and it's too much. And it's been a year now doing this, literally 7 classes a week. And I want the richness and the vitality of them to continue. So around the 20th, 21st, I'm going to take a trip. I'm going to go away, take a vacation. I need to do it. And it'll be 5 days, 7 days maximum. but it'll, you know, but it's something that I have to do. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
How long you said you will be in vacation?
Maybe 5 to 7 days.
Really? It's
Yeah.
not so much.
Yeah, it's not a long vacation. It's a short vacation. But
That's
it's
good.
something I think that is really important and I have to do it. And then I'll come back. I'll have more classes. And also I'm going to be working to set up a situation where I can teach in-person classes. I already announced to people, you know, mostly it doesn't affect people here because you're all over the world. But, you know, that there are 4 days a week now that I'd be willing to teach in-person classes if people come here, you know. So a few people have already signed up and they're coming. But on the 20th, 21st, I'm going to go away, take a week. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, well, God bless you all. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, the rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see everybody on Sunday. Bless you. Thank you.
Bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.